Tibetan Mastiff versus Leopard. Could this dog take down a wild cat? In the remote and untamed corners of the world, where nature's raw power is on full display, a captivating drama unfolds between two of its most intriguing characters, the Tibetan Mastiff and the enigmatic leopard. This is a tale of two remarkable creatures, each exuding strength, cunning, and an uncanny ability to thrive in the harshest of environments. So what happens if a Tibetan Mastiff had to fight a leopard? Who would win? Centuries ago in Tibet, Tibetan Mastiffs originated as a primitive breed, primarily used for guarding in the tough Himalayan terrain. Today, these majestic dogs continue to fulfill their ancestral duties as guardians. They've also seamlessly adapted to life as cherished family companions and even gracing the show ring. The leopard is a member of the Felidae family. It is a living species of the genus Panthera. It is also called panther, a large cat that is similar to a tiger, lion, and jaguar. Leopard is an English name which is from the Old French language LEOPARD that is derived from the Latin language lepidus. The lepidus word could be a combination of lion and pardus. What do they look like? The Tibetan Mastiff is distinguished by his lion-like mane and big stature. Males who are fully grown Tibetan Mastiffs stand 66 centimeters, 26 inches tall, and weigh 40 to 68 kilograms, 90 to 150 pounds. The thick double coat of the breed might be black, brown, blue-gray, red, or gold. They may have silver to mahogany markings around their eyes, muzzle, neck, legs, and tail. The coat's outside texture is thick and harsh, but the interior texture is soft and wool-like. The tail is feathered, similar to the mane, and arches over the dog's back in a curl. The ever-watchful, serious, deep-set eyes can be any shade of brown. The leopard's coat starts cream yellow on the belly and darkens gradually to an orange-brown on the back. The leopard's limbs and head have a dappling of solid black spots. These tiny spots form circular rosette patterns in the center that are golden or umber in color. Leopards living in desert areas tend to be paler yellow in color than those that live in grasslands. Leopards inhabiting grasslands are a deeper golden color. Leopards have shorter legs than many other species of big cats. Their body is long and they have a relatively large skull. Leopards are similar to jaguars in appearance, but their rosettes are smaller and lack a black spot in the center of the rosette. Full-grown leopards can weigh between 17 to 65 kilograms, 37 to 143 pounds. Where do they live? Beyond the fact that the Tibetan Mastiff is an ancient breed from the Central Asian Himalayas, nothing is known about its origins. The contemporary Tibetan Mastiff and all European Mastiff breeds are said to have descended from a Mastiff-type dog that originated in Tibet 5,000 years ago. According to one account, early European explorers to Tibet were given these canines and brought them back to Europe. The first such dog was brought to England in 1847 and given as a gift to Queen Victoria. Only a few decades later, in 1873, the Tibetan Mastiff was admitted to England's brand new kennel club. However, it wasn't until 1950 that the breed found its way to the United States, when President Truman received 2 Tibetan Mastiffs. However, the breed did not make its first appearance in American dog exhibitions until the late 1970s. The American Kennel Club just recently, in 2007, formally recognized this breed as a part of the working group. The leopard's geographic range included nearly all of Africa south of the Sahara, sections of North and Northeast Africa, and Asia Minor, Central Asia and India, as well as China and Manchuria. By 2019, the species has lost up to 75% of its original range. However, some significant areas maintained in sub-Saharan Africa, Iran, and the Himalayas, with smaller pockets distributed over Central Asia, India, Southeast Asia, Eastern China and Manchuria, and the Korean Peninsula. In addition, a small population of leopards survives in the Atlas Mountains. How do they behave? Tibetan Mastiffs are independent introverts who tend to be wary of strangers, but are loving and loyal to their people. Though personality varies from dog to dog, these dogs are frequently stubborn guardians who believe they know better and see themselves as equal partners rather than pets. A Tibetan Mastiff will develop aggression towards strangers and other dogs if not properly socialized as a puppy. However, if they are exposed to a variety of people, pets, and settings during their life, they will become more tolerant, yet still aloof and standoffish, reserving their compassion for loved ones and their aggressiveness for predators. They have a bite force of 500 pounds, which is stronger than that of an American Pit Bull Terrier or German Shepherd. Thus, even a playful bite could do serious harm. Their demanding personalities make them unsuitable for obedience competitions, and they lack agility and quickness. But give these dogs some sheep, goats, or cattle to guard, and you'll see how well they do. Guarding livestock is hardwired into their DNA, and they're at their best and happiest when they're allowed to be watchful protectors over their domain. Leopards are mainly asocial animals that live alone and avoid other leopards. Furthermore, when leopards come into contact with each other by chance, they can fight. Typically, the leopard will cough in order to alert other leopards to its presence. Leopards' home ranges typically overlap with one another. As a result, a male leopard's home range frequently overlaps with the territories of numerous females. Females live with their cubs in home ranges that overlap extensively and continue to interact with their offspring even after weaning. Females may even share kills with their offspring when they cannot obtain any prey. Leopards are most active from sunset to dawn and spend the majority of the day and some hours at night resting in thickets, in rocks or over tree branches. They are nocturnal in some areas. Leopards hunt on the ground and rely heavily on their excellent senses of hearing and vision. They track their prey and aim to get as near to it as possible, usually within 5 meters, 16 feet, before pouncing on it and suffocating it. Leopards make a variety of vocalizations, such as growls, snarls, meows, and purrs. Cubs communicate with their mothers by making a sound. Leopards commonly scratch trees to warn intruders, leaving claw imprints. Furthermore, because they have a highly developed sense of smell, they frequently use scent markings. But what happens when one of the strongest dogs on Earth comes face to face with a wild cat? Who would win? In a fight, a Tibetan Mastiff is unlikely to be able to defeat a leopard. Although the Tibetan Mastiff is a large and powerful dog breed, it is rarely employed for hunting or combat. Leopards, on the other hand, are expert predators with razor-sharp claws and teeth. They are also significantly faster and more nimble than a Tibetan Mastiff. If a Tibetan Mastiff came across a leopard in the wild, it would most likely escape rather than fight. Traditionally, Tibetan Mastiffs were bred precisely to fend off wolves and snow leopards. But Tibetan Mastiffs are not hunting dogs, they are guardians. In reality, there appears to be a problem in China with Tibetan Mastiffs being abandoned in the countryside after their rich city-dwelling owners realized they couldn't manage them and decided to get rid of them. The wandering Mastiffs are reportedly terrorizing snow leopards, who reportedly leave their prey when chased by the dogs. But snow leopards are not like leopards, they are much smaller. Some leopards are known for killing animals much larger than its weight. The dog won't be able to take it down or kill it. Cats are, pound for pound, more formidable than dogs, as they also have claws and flexible, maneuverable front paws that grip, slash, and deliver powerful blows. It's true that a leopard will tend to avoid fighting a dog like hyena, but if their conflict escalated into battle, the hyena would be severely injured or killed, as would be any Tibetan Mastiff. So the leopard will win this fight.